This is the after action report for turn 77 of Over the Reich versus John Petrosky. So this turn, with regards to the invasion, I captured Lands Air Force Base, and I defeated a depleted battle group on the way to Cherbourg. So I should get to Cherbourg next turn, and have 2 battle groups there. I'm not quite sure what I'll do after that. There are a couple of tempting options. So one is to load up, go to Portsmouth, and then basically train over to another task force and go somewhere else, like, you know, maybe in the Netherlands or something. Or the other is to just, march on Le Havre, that area. The battle group down here by Lands will basically just go up to Tours. That's pretty clear. So I'm not sure if I just want to, split the forces or not. So I didn't attack the Havre very much this turn, for reasons that I explained last turn. But I did go and defeat Beaumont Air Force Base. So the depleted battle groups, well, any battle groups really, aren't supposed to be able to defend air bases. Like, you can put them in there, but the code that we have will move them out. I don't know whether John Petrosky forgot about that, or whether he just, put them in there anyway. So I'll have to remind him. And I actually had to go and fix the code, because the German depleted battle groups weren't being kicked out of airfields. Because I put in the list, I put the Allied depleted battle groups twice by mistake. So that's something to fix. But anyway, John Petrosky seems to be going and defending the Havre and Rouen pretty well. Like, with battle groups can defend actual proper cities, not the cities that we call airfields. And so like, that makes sense here, because this probably can't be destroyed from the air. Well, the battle group can't, for sure. And even though the gun batteries can, they would probably just be weakened enough to be defended by the battle group. Like, the battle group would defend first, and since it can't be reduced below 5 health, that would defend the gun batteries. So that would basically mean that I'd have to bring in, a battle group and defeat it, taking into account the rail track bonus as well. So even though it would be at 5 health, it might not be the easiest thing to take out. But, so anyway, like, one thing to do is sort of, slog through the Havre area. Basically just, move forward. Another thing to do might be that now that I have a few veterans, to just go over to somewhere like the Netherlands, unload from the sea, and, make threats that way. Interestingly, Schiphol has a fighter in there. It might very well be that he's been taking, pot shots at these planes here, and I just haven't noticed, because, like, a couple of stuff died, whatever. I have so much stuff that it's like, I'm really going to track down 1 or 2 planes. But on that subject, something interesting came up, and that was that jets are available to the Germans. So it looks like I lost 4 P-51Ds, and, 11 or so bombers. And so I go here, I see jet guns, so, there were 23 attacks by jet guns, 16 of which were successful. But that means, I think it's like, 40 or 50 fuel per attack, and I don't think he has very much. We were discussing that, and there's a bit of a problem with him not having enough fuel to meet the, it's like stuff gets sold off, which is annoying, like the improvements. So, airfield improvements, like air bases, I think they take like 3 gold to, per turn in maintenance. So what happens is that if he's short of gold at the beginning of his turn, they all get sold off, which is a bit of a problem they'll have to deal with. But so something that we have at the moment is that killing refineries reduces the victim's treasury by 100, which I think he put in, because I didn't remember doing that. I came across it in the code once, because I was looking at something else, and I was like, oh, here's this parameter. And I was like, okay, either I forgot about it, which isn't impossible, or he put it in, because I do most of the coding, but he does some stuff, and also he'll do most of the things that sort of like, story, you want to call it story. That is, I make most of the, framework, and then he goes in and says, okay, at this many points, this thing should happen. And that's usually how it's happened. But, yeah, so anyway, so there are some jets somewhere. Apparently, based on what he talked about, the P-51s are doing a decent job at intercepting them, maybe too good. We'll have to figure it out. Because the idea of jets is that they're best intercepted on the ground. So I may have to put some effort into doing that. It's a bit hard, though, when there's flak in the airbase. Because out here, the only thing I can attack with are P-51s. So if there's flak in the airbase, it's pretty much invulnerable, since I don't actually have tactical bombs to use to kill the flak. Anyway, there's, lots of stuff to do. Maybe we'll just, it might need a fix, I don't know. I mean, at the moment, the Allies are still in a dominant position, it seems. Which, I suppose, is kind of the point, that the idea is, how long can the Germans hold out? Which, we've discussed this before, might be a bit depressing for the Germans. Because, you just have to watch as your, empire slowly crumbles. Which might not be very fun. We don't know. It's part of the reason why we gave, Expertion units, which they're like 3 or 4 special units that the Germans get when they get enough air kills. And so, they work kind of like jets, too, in that most things can't intercept them. They're basically just hero units, so you get a couple of them for fun. I think I mentioned killing one in an earlier video. That was a little while ago now. But in any case, that's that. I don't think I killed too many structures this turn, like targets. Oh. Not something I need. I need to see what I have attacked this turn. Yeah, okay, so we got an Industry 1, an Urban Center, and it looks like that's about all. Yeah, it's getting a bit hard. I mean, I guess there are a lot of daytime targets still, but at night, my targets are running rather thin, because, most of the stuff has been bombed. I mean, there's like, I can go to Vienna, there's still something at Linz, a bit at Dresden, and maybe 1 or 2 other targets, so it's just sort of, for a while there, I was having real difficulty attacking at night, a little too much difficulty. We made a fix that I'm sure I mentioned at the time, but then I think what happened is that, I made huge attacks towards Schweinfurt on the day map, and he might have pulled out his night fighters, because the Germans can move their fighters between maps, at least a lot of them. So he might have pulled it out to the daytime to protect Schweinfurt, which didn't work, and just, got everything basically decimated. But, I've just rambled on for a bit. That was turn 77. Thank you for watching.